Rogue Lamb, we back for the first. This is the first audio, visual, and video. Have they said in the business? It's that first episode for that, so we got that back. Shout out Austin Fitness Community. Josh, I don't know if you want to get shouted out because the content we're gonna be covering today, he don't give a fuck. He said he don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck.
Got Dex, man.
He don't give
Dex
a
the
fuck.
X, man. Dex X-Man, Dex.
King Shango.
New alias, man. This guy got a new one for every day of the week, man. Got,
Man, you know,
Batman, man. I got my boy Mike, man. Marco Darko. Y'all ain't heard of him.
Marco Darko, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't tell my wife that.
Y'all ain't never.
She don't ask questions.
Y'all never gonna know Darko, man. That's undercover shit, man. That's VIP only, man. How you doing, brothers, man? It's a real colorful podcast, man. I like what I'm seeing with you guys, man. Getting official over there. They sending you a script or something, dog? What's up, man? Yo. Oh, they send you what to say or what, man? Make sure you cover this in the
I just
shit,
got a
man.
wild text, man. Let me
Oh
put my
man,
phone
not no
down,
paragraph
man.
shit, not no
Crazy,
paragraph
man.
shit,
I
dog.
hate them, bro. I hate them. Don't y'all hate paragraph text? Like, Jesus Christ.
If
You
it's
could-
written
you
well, I
could
can
call
enjoy
me.
it. I can enjoy
You
a
could
real
call me.
written paragraph text if it has content. She hitting me with some lefts and rights. I can fuck
Not
with
if we
it.
having a conversation and you acting like you don't have anything to say over the phone, but as soon as we hang up,
Oh, for
you
sure,
can
yeah.
just spill it out.
Yeah.
Just so.
Well, you know what?
poetically.
I don't want to talk about it. 3
Yeah.
seconds later, she dropped the fucking Harry Potter novel on your
Yeah,
shit.
Jesus
Yeah, dog.
Christ, bro. It's so
Especially when
annoying.
you leave the house, you know, had an argument,
Yeah.
and then she want to wait until you get to work, and then now.
To work, bro. I'm like,
I
yo,
just
black
think it's
ass.
funny how I just want you to know how I
Yeah.
feel. It's funny because my wife's actually listening right now on FaceTime. So
Damn, building a doghouse as we speak, huh? Getting it comfy,
I
getting
might
nice
need
and comfy,
somewhere-
dog.
I might need somewhere to sleep tonight after this podcast.
You can
so.
sleep here, man. I'm sure he's cool
You
with
can
it.
call it what you want. You can call it what you want, man. But
Yeah.
shit, I'll literally send a text and say, "Don't send me no long ass text."
I'm not reading that. I've said that before. Hey, I'm not reading that. Get your
Yeah,
points
like,
out of there.
yeah, don't
Give
send
me
no
give me
long
3 hard points that's gonna get us past this. Other than that,
irritating, bro.
you add extra shit that I'm not worried
That's
about.
like,
Yeah.
you can't agree that's childish, right? Like, I just try to have an adult conversation with you,
Mm-hmm.
but instead of having the conversation, you rather say I don't have anything to say, hang the phone up, and then send me 3 or 4 pages. Proceed to send me 3 or 4 pages within a minute's time. So you've already had all
Hey,
this on you.
we already talked
Like,
about
Jesus.
accountability, man.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
I'm assuming what kind of woman this is. Now I promise you that's expected, man. Hey, y'all work out? You work out? You like you work out? Work out, man. PRing or what?
Sometimes, man. You know, I hit the gym sometimes. You know, I'm a commercial gym type cat. You know, what I'm saying? I know
Yeah,
y'all
man.
boys like. I know y'all
Fitness
boys
Connection,
like
$10 a month, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Got
man.
everything you need.
Hell no, dog. We're gonna get you in big text after this.
And
man.
I
We'll get
ain't,
you in
man. I
big
tried Big Texas. You know. It's-
Hey man, so you know what? Let's get greasy, man. I feel like y'all ready to get greasy already, man. Y'all ready? Y'all got table lubed up and shit. Like y'all got y'all vocal cords stretched out. No pause. Let me. I know it's weird, right? So, you know the cycle, man. When things get too calm in the media, when the world's going too actually it ain't been going smooth lately at all.
At all.
But y'all know what's coming around. It's like you count down the days until it happens. Black man gets killed, right? Now, the conversation, we're not here to change each other's minds, man, obviously, right? I'm sure I'm gonna play the mediator, all right? Cause y'all two passionate brothers, man. I feel like I can step back this time and let it flow. And, you know, I ain't gonna take
When have
sides.
you
man.
ever been able to step back?
All right, I'm gonna jump into that shit. Yeah.
Honestly, like,
I'm
let's be fair.
gonna make an attempt to let it flow because I actually think Mike has some pretty good points, and I know your points. Well, I ain't heard him in a while. They might have some nuance to them, man. So we're gonna see. But the topic right now is, you know, shit, cops killing black people, bro. Especially with the most recent one, shot your man's what 60 plus.
Man has 60 plus wounds on him, bro.
But Mike, I'm gonna let you go first, bro. Let you go first. Man.
So a little background on me. I grew up in Austin. Got about going on 11 years military experience.
Yeah.
So with that being said, when I see situations like this, I don't start at the end state because we already know the end state was
Yeah.
effed up.
Yeah,
right? I like to start from the beginning. What led to this happening?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
at it,
and the laugh
no,
is.
no.
I know it's not
'Cause
the
we-
kind of laugh.
yeah, 'cause
it's more like we, you know.
We already talked about this
Yeah,
over
yeah,
the past few days, but
Yeah.
so when I first saw the headline, it was unarmed black man shot over 60 times. my head. I'm like, damn.
Grab you your fucking heart. Like
what the hell?
again,
You know, like-
60. They going for the gusto with this
That
one.
must be a world record somewhere.
Yeah,
gotta be. Gotta be a world
They
record.
trying to lock new
Right.
abilities and shit, shooting
Yeah.
the shit
Yeah,
out.
but I mean, because especially nowadays, like you gotta know, especially when things get on video, like you gotta cover your bases. Otherwise, you about to get canceled. You know what I mean? So I dig a little deeper. You know, looking into the situation, and things start popping up. But it's not at the very front of the article. It's like towards the end. You know, at the front it's like he was unarmed. They shot him over 60 times. But then towards the end of the article, you see led the police on a 5-minute chase down the highway. Arguably may have shot a weapon outside the window of the vehicle. He stopped the vehicle, ran out of the vehicle. He got a Pooh Shiesty mask on.
Of course, man. You know what? I ain't gonna say of course. It sounds bad.
But
niggas, that is a fad. That is a man. Nah, come on, bro.
So again,
Come on,
I'm looking
man.
at
Not
the
like
facts,
that,
right?
bro. Not like that, bro.
So when I look at this, it's like, okay, where did the officers come from? They tried to pull him over. He didn't abide. Led him down a highway chase for 5 minutes. All right, that's a red flag right there. Okay? That's not normal behavior.
Yeah.
You hear the lights, whoop, whoop, like, okay, you pull over. You know what I mean?
You're supposed to pull over.
You're supposed to pull over, right? Allegedly shot at the police officers. That's not hard facts yet, but they did find a casing, I think two casings in his vehicle, right? And again, in my background, knowing a casing identifies
that there was
that a bullet was fired.
something was discharged.
Right.
Somebody shot something twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's other circumstances. He could be a gunsmith. Could have, I don't know, just came from the gun range. Right? There's there's things that could have happened in between. But the officers did report that they heard gunfire from the vehicle, found a weapon in the car seat. You know, okay, we'll leave that at there. Even when they stop him, you know, there's nothing that's giving the officers a sense of, okay, you're giving me peace of mind to want to take this in peacefully.
You ready to surrender?
Yeah, you know, he's not, no, coming out hands up, right?
Oh
But
my
think
God.
about
We just drawing a timeline.
I'm just getting the facts. You know, just think that perspective.
Yeah.
They chasing you down, you know, 6 minutes.
They chased him for
can't-
6.
Yeah, it was about. They said about 5-6 minute chase, like on foot. You know,
was
still
hot.
there's still reports of a weapon.
It was hot.
They don't know if he has the weapon on him.
Yeah.
He just dipped out the car. You don't know what he has on him. So he stops. He turns around. They say that he felt that he was going into a hostile intent position with a potential weapon.
Yeah.
And they fired.
Yeah.
60 hit him with 60 rounds, but again, you have to break it down.
What the fuck is this, training day? Like,
No, I'm just.
Denzel
You
Washington.
gotta break it
No,
down,
like,
bro.
you
You got
gotta-
to.
like, I'm breaking down
you
the
got
facts,
to.
bro.
60
You got to.
rounds, bro.
Bro, hey,
You know how many
listen.
60 shots are?
Yes, I.
Yeah.
As
Do you
someone,
have
as
any
someone,
idea?
as someone who goes to the range, no, I'm about to get canceled right now. 60 shots is not a lot. I can go.
That's what happened, right?
Let me know when it's my time to go.
Listen.
Hold on,
I'm
wait,
talking now from 8 officers.
Yeah.
That's 8 pistols, right? About 100 rounds were fired. 60 hit him. That's only really about 10 to 15 rounds a person. And if anybody who shoots knows that isn't really a lot.
Yeah.
It's volume for that amount of people.
Yeah.
But 8 people shooting, and then you heard the officer say cease fire. Like,
Also, really,
It's
that's also
situational.
his squad shit. Like that sound crazy.
Please.
So you more about before you want to make your call and before you want to make any judgments to how you feel or how you're gonna react. You want the timeline just so you know you're making an accurate. You know your feelings.
Yeah, but I mean, this is more than what he presented was more than a timeline, right? It wasn't this happened, that happened, that happened, that happened. There was a lot of detail within what he just said. One of those details that I picked up on that was just like, what? This man leading the police on a 5-minute chase was unusual behavior. Okay, I'll give you that. But you want to know what else is unusual behavior?
Which part?
A man going into a grocery store, gunning down.
Hey, man.
Hey, listen, hold on. Don't stop me. You didn't stop him.
Oh, you
Don't
right.
stop me.
You
didn't
fucking
stop
right.
him.
You fucking right. My bad. I'm on.
You want to know what else is unusual
You
behavior?
right. What's that?
an armed white male going into a grocery store, shooting unarmed pedestrians, black pedestrians, dead. I just showed Pierre the video the other day. He could not even watch it. It was just so gruesome. This guy's taking headshots. This dude was literally playing Call of Duty. I would think that was unusual behavior. Well, let's fast forward to yesterday when another white male gunned down about 10 unarmed black people.
At the 4th of July parade?
Wouldn't you think I would consider that unusual behavior as well, right?
Yes, very much so.
But you want to know the difference in that unusual behavior of him invading the arrest and those guys actually murdering people in cold blood in broad daylight?
The law enforcement.
Yes, no, Lips, with assault rifles. He's talking about a handgun and 2 shell casings. We talking about you a military guy, right? We're talking about fully assault rifles, right? Yeah. But you want to know the difference between that unusual behavior by that black man and that unusual behavior in those 2 white men?
What's the difference, man? I know the difference.
The law enforcement wasn't there.
No. Those 2 guys walked out with their life. They were apprehended without incident. This guy is running with his back turned, not posing any immediate threat.
I mean,
mind you, he just spoke on how many officers potentially fired to get off 60 to 100 rounds. Meaning, unless this nigga is John Wick, when he hop out this motherfucking car, no, he was John Wick, wasn't he? Unless this motherfucker is John Wick, they have a half or maybe a split second to make a decision on whether. No. We're talking about 60 rounds into the back of a black man retreating from officers. Retreating from officers.
Can I point out some?
You know how many rounds?
Let me try. Let me be the middle guy. You're right. No. You're right though. You're right. You're 100% right. There's no reason mass shooters should be are in cuffs when civilians are getting murdered, right? Especially black civilians. That's crazy. It's fucking madness. I agree with you. But now I'm gonna point out just subtle differences, and I hate to do it because I agree with you on that. That's fucking madness. I don't see why we not seeing these guys put out body bags, Swiss cheesed up after killing kids and shit. That's wild. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. But
we know why.
I mean, I don't know how the mass shooters were apprehended after the events.
Alive.
I feel like they surrendered. I don't know. I'm not saying he should. I mean, he probably should have surrendered. I don't know if he still would have survived it. But
I don't think any of us are historians. Yeah. But historically, when people are running away from you, that is surrendering.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I'm running away from you.
That's retreating.
That's retreating. I'm done.
Or I might be going. I don't know where I'm going. You know what? You putting us in the corner too. You playing chess right now. Let me tell you what you doing, nigga. You fucking pulled away from what we talking about. You got a point. I think we all agree with you. Them niggas should definitely not be coming out of elementary schools like, all right, guys, I give up. No, light as that, bro. Can we hang him now?
Don't bring that up yet. I got something for that too.
I can attest. And that's the thing about me. I operate situational. I'm not gonna blame what one group of police officers did for another aspect. That school shooting, absolute BS. Like I've ran 100 scenarios on my head why that happened the way it did.
Nothing makes sense, bro.
Nothing makes sense.
I can't understand it. We never will. They should all lose their jobs for sure.
Let's focus one situation at a time. Like I said, with this particular incident, I think one of the major differences is law enforcement was involved on the scene. Like they were already involved. It wasn't, reports of a shooting that already happened.
Yeah.
They tried to pull him over. He sped off. So what's he going to, we have a vehicle, tried to pull him over. He's running down the highway. Of course, other vehicles back him up. Right?
Yeah, you
can't
kind of use logic.
Since you got some of the details, what was the initial call to even have those officers trying to apprehend him? Like somebody called in and said they seen him with a gun. Like how?
He was driving and he was getting pulled over for a routine traffic stop.
I think he had like something like with his tail lights. It might have been like a light thing, like maybe a signal thing. It was something light though. Yeah. It was something niggas usually don't run from, or people. Period. I mean, people run from shit, but it's something I didn't. He was a door dasher too. Like he was a delivery driver.
Jesus,
he had a job. Like he drove a car for a living. So I was confused on like, you working, bro. Just take your ticket. Like, I don't know if he had warrants, felonies, none of that shit.
He said he had no criminal record.
So I'm confused. I'm like
weirder.
As a black man, bro, I hate to see us put ourselves in situations especially with cops, knowing that they are hyper aggressive with black people. We know that, bro. Off top, black cops, white cops, Mexican cops. Cops, period, are hyper aggressive black people. So when we do things to put ourselves in a higher chance of getting shot, I'm like, bro, I know it's weak. I know some black niggas think it's weak. Oh, you mean you doing what 12 say, bro? Take me out the car, give me my little ticket, whatever we gonna do. We'll handle it later.
Can I ask the military guy something?
Oh yeah, what's up?
His name's Mike, man.
He's a military guy.
Yeah. Captain Mike, man.
He keeps going back to
I don't know if
that,
you're a captain
so
or not. I don't know if you're a captain.
I just said that just so you can see where my
You
perspective.
got a point though. You got hey, great point, man. You
continue.
shook us up a little bit with that. Little crossover.
So Mike,
So
you familiar with PTSD, right?
yeah,
You're very familiar with PTSD. So with PTSD, certain situations, you probably had some last night. Fireworks going off, shit popping all over the place. It might have triggered your PTSD.
I slept like a baby.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I said
nigga's
it might.
crazy.
But it's plenty of motherfuckers who. So you would agree that might have triggered some people's PTSD last night, right?
Potentially, yeah.
So
To me, they don't
as a
sound the same
black
at all.
man that consistently sees cops murdering other black men in cold blood, visual evidence, unarmed, broad daylight, with their children, with their girlfriends, with their families. I constantly see this happening over and over and over and over and over again. Nothing ever happens. Don't you think, as a black man, that would create a certain level of PTSD from situations I see every day in my neighborhood, people I might know this might have happened to? Just, it happens to me. I live with it. I've been pulled over. I've had guns drawn to my head. I've been told, don't move, I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. I've been in these same situations to the point that I have to create my own routine to stay alive by even when getting pulled over on a routine traffic stop.
Not
No,
running,
no. Listen,
Shit.
Let him finish.
listen.
have
Because
a-
I will not pull over on a dark road in the middle of nowhere with any law enforcement anywhere. We will drive because it's a certain speed limit that you can drive to know, hey, I'm not fleeing from you. I'm just getting to where I feel safe.
You're not comfortable.
No, I'm not comfortable stopping here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 10, 15 miles an hour, however I got to get there until I get to the nearest gas station, the nearest lit parking lot where people are around to watch what's going on. I'm going to make sure he can clearly see everything in the car. My hands are on the steering wheel. I'm going to make sure the engine is killed. It's turned off. We are the only group of people who have to pre-plan routine traffic stops simply because we don't know if we're going to make it out of those routine traffic stops alive. So I think it's safe to say that, fuck, I done already ran from these police officers. I'm retreating from them. I'm scared at this point because I don't know what might happen because I could be the next one on the news. I could be the next one being protested.
So let me shoot
right?
him.
Right?
Let me shoot him from the car and see if that works.
Right. So no, you bro, you fought for the country. Everybody can't fight for the country.
Yeah, they can. They
You
just
can't put anybody in a military uniform and say, hey, here's a gun. We need you to do this. Go take care of that. Some people gonna flight and some people gonna fight. You know that.
And
That's why there are bullies at school and people who get bullied.
But doesn't-
because some
we
people
still
don't
have laws and regulations.
But listen. We can't tell this man that he shouldn't be frightened in a situation that he's seen turn deadly on numerous occasions his entire life.
But you can't tell him to pull over.
No, but listen. He was retreating. They're gonna always say, we were scared that it was a gun or it was some shot. But they have to cover their tracks.
How they? There
They always do that.
There was a shell casing in the vehicle.
But you just said that could. So this is where I'm twisted with you. You're giving all the officers, these 8 officers with 1,000 bullets, all the benefit of the doubt when you give this black man that could have possibly had shell casings in his vehicle that were not fired that night, none. And so we're just assuming that he's Rambo, he's John Wick, he's motherfucking, what was Denzel in that movie?
Jerome Wick.
We are assuming that he's going to jump out and wipe out an entire police department.
Wait. Let me remind y'all something.
Jesus,
Though.
so
So before we continue, we also don't have all the evidence of what happened, right? It's just still coming out. So this is all based off theory. You know what I mean? But y'all both got points. You know, you got a point. You got a great point. I
And
agree
I'm
with you
not
on the
denying it.
PTSD thing, but. Because, I mean, I get pulled over too because my hand's shaking. I
Right,
don't know why.
right, exactly.
So I could agree
But
with
say
that
it one more
part.
time. You pull over.
I'll pull the fuck over.
Yeah, you don't.
But I do know if I get
Let
my
me-
big black ass out the car and take off running, boy, ain't a taser. Ain't no taser.
and they did take. They tried to tase him
They
first.
did try to tase that nigga first.
So
I
that's
won't
called
call
that's
him
called
nigga. Well, I'll do
that's called
steps.
escalation of force, right?
Yeah. Okay.
You see,
right?
yeah, there's steps to it.
Okay.
It wasn't like he stopped the car and they just lit the
So
vehicle
them
up.
yelling stop is one step, right? Like, hey, stop running, stop. That's
those
part
are
of the steps,
steps.
right? Like,
Yeah.
all right, we finna use force, taser.
And see, and this,
I think we just fucked
I
up
said
on-
this on Instagram the other day.
I
said this on Instagram.
I don't care what the
This is
60
Instagram.
shots is
It's
a,
a lot.
a big
It is a lot.
ass escalation.
I think we can all agree.
Six.
60 is a lot. I
That's
mean,
a lot,
he been to
bro.
a
Ain't
he
no-
doing
that's
a
a
range. He been to a
overkill,
range.
bro.
That's overkill.
You saw me at my bachelor party in Houston, dog.
Yeah,
They shot. I was everybody running. I'm like,
He different. He probably the wrong
Yeah,
person to ask
so-
about shoes, nigga.
But I'm saying based on again number of officers there, because I'm telling you from doing this training.
Yeah.
And again, it's not gonna sound pretty. People ain't gonna like it, but if it gets to the point,
Andy been
if,
saying
there's no
cut dry.
we're so strict on what we can and can't do, especially when it comes to firing a firearm. But in the chance that it is time to fire that weapon, there is no, okay, I'm gonna fire one round, you fire another. Like, this isn't the Revolutionary War. No, if we got to the point where it's a threat,
Gotta let that shit off, huh?
F him and everything about him. And that's just how it is.
That one was excessive. I agree.
When we
though.
do,
I
when
agree
we
with
do,
you on that. That's crazy. At the video, I'm like, damn, I. You know, I thought somebody was like, chill.
They did. He said ceasefire. They said ceasefire,
after like
and
a
they tried
30
to.
seconds. I mean,
Well,
I get it.
that's what I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long to fire that many rounds.
Just pull that
Like,
shit.
it doesn't.
Must have switches on this shit, huh?
I can fire. Taking my time, I can fire.
6 cops firing at once? Wouldn't one gun be enough?
There's
I
no.
think-
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
For the training in this instance, if it is a life or death threat, and the officer started shooting, they are all shooting.
You gotta assume your other officers' guns might
then
not
they
work.
start-
You gotta
yeah.
just pull your shit.
If we're doing-
I just never felt my life has ever been in danger when somebody is running from me. I don't know.
They said so in the reports. It said they felt that he was turning around, reaching for his waistline, which has
Damn,
been.
maybe that's wild. He might have been. Well, hopefully the toxicology report come back and it's
Bro,
like something wild.
why am I about to run half a mile after dude just to shoot? Like, why waste that time?
Literally, they gonna beat your ass anyway. They finna fuck you up.
You
might
saw it
take
in
that
Kentucky.
check.
In Kentucky, there was a white man. He held his wife and daughter hostage in his house. Had the wife call up a domestic violence to the police. Police showed up. He started swacking them. Or he killed like 4 officers.
Beating his ass.
The only they did beat his ass, but the wife and daughter were inside the house. The only way they were able to get him out after they beat the shit out of him was they did hostage negotiation. White dude was like 2 days ago in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Craziest thing.
He killed cops.
Yeah, he killed like 4 cops.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I heard
Yeah,
about
you
that.
remember that?
He shot 10 and like killed 2 of them.
Yeah.
He killed like a canine too.
Yeah,
When is his funeral?
it was a hostage situation.
When is his funeral?
There were 2 hot. I promise
When
you, bro. You know what?
is
His wife
his
and daughter were in there.
funeral?
They went inside and he killed them, bro.
Oh,
They
he killed his
tried-
wife and daughter?
No, his wife and daughter were in there, but he set the cops up. That's how he
okay.
killed so many.
Oh,
They said a hot.
That's how he got the cops
Yeah,
there.
he
Okay,
had his
okay.
wife and daughter, and they did hostage. It was like
an
over 4
actual
hours.
threat.
Yeah.
An actual threat.
Bro. I
But
promise.
when is
if-
his funeral?
Mike, but you could agree. You could
I
agree
need
though.
an
You
answer.
could agree. There's instances where cops is like, come on,
Of
dog.
course,
That was-
bro. Of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
I'm
I think-
again. I'm
let's
asking
find a midline,
this
'cause-
situation only. I am not saying that.
Yeah. Cops
all
do be
co-
doing some whole shit. Yeah.
I was overseas. 2020, I was overseas when y'all were back here doing all that COVID foolishness, and I dealt with that overseas in my chain of command. You know, we all worked in the same compound, and I had he was from Temple, Texas. I'll tell you enough about him right there. And he tried to tell me, you know,
Shout out Temple.
yeah. He tried to tell me, you know, I couldn't go get bottles of water out of our fridge, you know, on my off hours, like because we use a gym outside the compound.
Yeah.
So you can't get bottles of water. He threw my food away in the fridge. He's like, you put your food in there, I'm gonna throw it away. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just blatant, just like
Right.
not giving a fuckness, bro. And it drew me to a ledge. Like by the end of that deployment, I was at my wit's end because I also was dealing with my daughter was born. I couldn't go home.
Yeah.
You know, that was the first deployment. My wife and I were separated, so we were, you know, dealing with that. So at that time, I was like, bro, like, why am I here? Like, I'm dealing with this I'm dealing with all this, and I left my family back. Like, what kind of decision I make? So mentally, I was out of there. So
That's pretty normal. That's pretty normal.
Yeah, it's
that's part of
that's
it.
just a whole nother subject. So I am no stranger to that at all.
Yeah.
But again, I also know I know good police officers. I know some shady ones. I know some. Hey, but that's how I operate.
I mean, logically, they.
I showed you the video.
So
Remember the
ask
video?
me as a black man.
We all black.
Answer me as a black man.
I got you.
Oh yeah.
How am I supposed to differentiate who's a good officer when I'm being pulled over in the middle of the night and who's a bad one, especially if I'm breaking the law? Because nothing about breaking the law says you need to die for it on the scene. Nothing. I don't give a fuck if I got 100 pounds of marijuana in the trunk, meth. I don't care if I got 60 weapons in the vehicle.
You got a trunk for like punched up toddlers, man. You deserve that.
But what are they supposed to
finish that nigga?
Man. But you also have to understand, like, police officers get shot too. Like they pull up to vehicles, some routine stops, and get
seen
popped.
them videos.
They signed up for that.
What?
They did. If you go to the military and you get killed in action, you signed up for it.
So it's his.
I didn't say, hey, when I get pulled over, kill me. You signed up for it, bro.
Straight
Bro,
to it.
bro, you
he gets shot in line of duty. What are you supposed to do?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this. See, this is probably something he don't know about. Pierre,
Hey,
this is probably something he don't know about me, right? So I was in the service. I was a fireman.
Yeah.
If I died in a structure fire trying to save someone, guess what?
Yeah.
I signed up to risk my life to protect others. Police officers signed up because they're supposed to be the tough guys, the heroes. They signed up to protect others, even if it means at risk of their own life.
And there's no consequences for the person who shot him. They get to.
Yeah, it's the consequences.
Are you sure?
Well, maybe if they're white, maybe not, because we just talked about a white man that killed 4 or 5 officers.
Come on, bro.
Walked in the house.
That nigga finna do life. That nigga finna do life.
Okay.
Execution.
All right. Yep. At least he has a life.
So it's a black.
really.
Police officer pulled me over. I got the Glock in the car. He rolled the window down. You know, my license. You know, my shit's expended or whatever. I shoot him. I'm good.
Get on with your day.
What I do after that?
Listen.
What I do after that?
Y'all both took a risk, bro. You took a risk getting the Glock and bringing that bitch to the scene.
50-50.
And he took a risk walking up on you, pulling you over.
See, this is what I'm just.
I tell his family that
what you have
he signed up for it.
He did sign up for it. Listen, this is what you have to understand.
Yeah.
When you get behind a badge of any kind, if you decide to defend the country, if you decide to defend the public as a firefighter, a first responder, you live. And you live by a different code than regular civilians because you're no longer a regular civilian.
So why does the regular civilian get power over?
No. What I'm saying is you are paid to go face danger, to go face the difficult situations that the normal person is not. I asked you earlier. You can't stick a helmet in a fucking AR-15, AK-47 in anybody's hand and say, go fight in Russia.
That's debatable.
It's not going to work. But I'm saying they're going to be smoked.
Them niggas in Russia,
right? And I think that's the problem with the police department because they're giving people badges that do not deserve to have them because they aren't brave. They aren't willing to face down danger without reacting first. Like that's the problem. We need people in there, not used to get bullies from school and now they want to have a badge.
They're everywhere, bro. You ain't gonna be able
we
to
don't want to do that.
There's no pool to like get them out.
But I'm just saying, like, bro, like that is the issue because you can't be scared of the people you're serving, and that's a problem.
I hear you.
How
do we give accountability to people to civilians, right? As civilians, we know the law, right? You know what's gonna get you killed. Even though you rolling the dice when a cop pulls you over, you still know the shit that's gonna definitely get you murked, right? So I mean, I think every black man, every black kid should know by now, bro. You rather fight these motherfuckers in court, bro. Get your ticket. If they hit you, you pay. I mean, do the regular shit, bro. Running from a cop, shooting at them first, then running at probably shooting, allegedly shooting at them. Okay, it's in your car. Allegedly shooting at them, bro. What's
your take?
Bro,
need some
listen,
of you.
I think
I need some.
I agree with you and I agree with you. I agree with both of y'all, but honestly, I'm like, nigga, I'm not running from the fucking cops, bro. After I let him on the chase, you seen Rodney King, they finna fuck you up.
Think
If they
about
don't
your
beat you
mama,
to
bro.
death,
You run for your mom. Your mama tell you to come here. You run for her in the house for 5 minutes. What she gonna do when she gets you?
wear your
She
ass
gonna
out.
Whoop your ass,
Bro, get your ticket, fam. I advise every black man, bro, get your ticket, especially if the shit is like unlawful, nigga. You finna get a bag, bro. Go sue that nigga.
Yeah, for
Sue him, fam. They suing cops now. Niggas up right now.
We talking about lawsuits? Like not everybody gets paid. Like people have been murdered by police and their families.
With the way body
I
cams
know
work now,
somebody
bro.
personally.
With the work-
Byron Carter.
Who's that?
I grew up with him. Kwani little brother. They gave them $0.
I don't even want to talk about
Well,
that.
what I'm just saying. So,
Yeah.
so let's not act
I
like
can't talk
let's
about
not
that.
act like
My
oh,
question-
It's an
my question for
automatic in
you-
court that we're
It's not,
gonna
you know what?
pay.
I say get the
Like,
bag, but I'm saying
let's not act like that.
I mean that's just like there's a brighter side to not getting killed fighting the cops. There's an easier lane to
my
go.
question for you is what could have been done better?
Shoot the nigga tires out. What? Put a fucking spike strip. What?
You know what? I got a
Call
perfect.
Batman?
I got a perfect answer for that. Actually,
Batman always bring niggas back alive, man.
what? So y'all answer me this: what type of information is on? Okay, let's go. I got y'all.
That's some
I got no. Here we go.
All
Go.
right,
Pierre said earlier that this guy drove for Uber Eats, right?
I think so.
So
Allegedly.
he's not
Word of the day,
technically at that point a criminal. He's able to be located. He has an identity.
They ran his plates on the highway. They didn't know he was-
What is also on his license plate? What information comes with a license plate? Now,
Background
anybody?
check? If
Anybody?
you have any warrants,
Bunch of
Anybody?
shit,
Right?
Everything-
Don't
whoever's in the-
everything come
Things
over?
to identify you with, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what could have been done better is this man fled from us. He took off running. We have all the information we need from him. He's not posing an immediate threat. He's not shooting back at us.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
I know. Well, I'm assuming that's what happened because it's too many of us being killed.
Are you gonna hold the niggas getting killed accountable ever, bro?
Hey,
this how the narrative going. He ain't shoot at him.
Listen.
We gonna hold the dudes accountable
listen.
one time, bro.
The better way to handle it is instead of putting 60 fucking rounds in his
I
back,
agree. That's a lot.
is let him get away. We got all of his information.
He dangerous
we'll
at this
catch
point.
him later.
But the nigga
He's
driving
not wanted for murder.
yet.
He's being pulled over for a fucking tail
He didn't
light.
get pulled over. He gone. He dipped.
Potentially a tail light and a bad registration.
Exactly.
Now,
Get your
now,
ticket.
Now, if he killed somebody and he
But they
was
don't-
fleeing,
they don't
that's
know that.
completely
Bro, if you
They
get your
don't know-
ticket,
they don't
if you
know
get your
that.
ticket right now, bro,
God,
you don't gotta
bro.
shoot at niggas. You're not gonna make the news. Get your
they
ticket,
They're
fam.
not getting all. Okay, so cop run your plates, pull you over, right? You take off at 100 miles an hour. What does that tell? What does that tell the police
This
officer?
nigga's loco, man. Where he going? Where he
He
going?
want to be pulled over.
Bro, my nigga. Bro,
you,
listen. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tow your car.
You cannot just tell the cops you don't want to. Like that doesn't how. That's
Hey,
not
cop,
how it
not
works.
today. I got
All right,
shit to
That's
do.
not how it works.
Bro, I'm gonna give you a ticket. I might impound your car, nigga. You gonna get points in your license.
Right.
Do that,
Pierre,
or you take
I
off
don't
and I'll
think
let
nobody wants to be pulled
Pierre,
over.
let me ask
Nobody.
you, because he might not have a. He might not. But
dark,
let me ask you:
All right.
have you ever been driving? You see a police officer. You like, fuck, I don't want to drive by him because he might pull me over.
Nigga, my
No,
nuts disappeared.
Yes or no?
Yes, my nuts
yes or no?
disappeared,
And
nigga.
have
I'm
you
scared,
ever
nigga.
detoured
hell yeah.
because of it?
Facts.
So if the cop recognizes you detour and he
will.
follows you,
He does. Yeah.
does that automatically make you a criminal at that point?
No.
But if
No. Listen. So why?
But actually,
That's not how it works, though.
I'm just
I-
listen, bro.
if I'm speeding, all right. If I know I'm speeding or some shit, if I'm just literally just cruising, nigga, and hit a left and a right, and I'm quick. It look dodgy. I see why a nigga pulled me over. Like,
Hey,
where you
let me
going,
tell
man?
you about the last time I got pulled over. Right, I was heading to my boy. shout out my boy James Johnson. I was heading to his birthday dinner. This was last year. I was in the Tesla.
Oh, he's straight.
With,
He's good. He's good. He's all
no,
right.
no,
Black man
he
in
was
the
safe.
Tesla.
He was safe.
Black man in the Tesla. Oh yeah.
Obviously, this nigga's
That's
good. He's
right.
good.
Okay,
He's
no,
good
no,
business. He's good business.
listen,
Help the nigga get home.
I'm not
escort you to.
I'm not on the insurance for the car. I don't have my driver's license. I'm speeding 20 over the speed limit. It's a 30. I'm going 50.
Y'all gotta have this instinct.
And I got my Glock. And I
Shot
got my
me,
Glock in the vehicle.
Where's the
And I get
Glock?
pulled over.
Where's the Glock at?
Extension of the console. It's concealed. Yeah. Extension of the home. All right. I get pulled over.
In your lap.
What do? Yeah. Turn the music down. Roll down all 4 windows.
All 4, yeah, that's smart. Throw the keys out the window.
Real
better,
nigga.
Real quick, go to USAA app, get my auto insurance card, you know. He pulls me over. Sir, no, I pulled you over? Yes, sir, I do. This bitch is quick, ain't got no engine in it. I'm heavy-footed, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Whole script. Hey,
It's all get on the street with no gas emissions. I don't know. No emissions on this bitch. Why are you
He's
pulling
like,
me over?
can I see your license registration? Officer, I don't have my license on me. I know my license. I know my driver's license number.
Oh, yeah, you know that.
Thank God I remembered at that time. You know, I let them know. And I do have my pistol in the center console. Okay, so do you have any form of identification? I just have my, military ID. You know, here's my wife's number.
Let's go.
I'll come.
Okay.
He pull his out. Oh, shit.
That's
You
his
was
military ID?
I don't mean
Oh, I see it in the movies all the time.
I don't mean nothing, bro.
Get on. Look. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
dude.
We get a drink.
Shout out Fort Hood, Texas. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, yeah, I was in the wrong in all sense. I'm driving without a license, with a weapon in the car. It's not under my name. Like, my wife's Asian. She got her last name Sioho. She don't have my last name at this point. So none of that adds up to a police officer. But what do? I complied. I let them know the situation. I got a warning. Hey, slow down.
What color was the cop?
He was white. It was right off here, off of
wouldn't tell the
Howard.
story
It
if
was
he
off,
wasn't
it was off of Howard.
All black cops.
I thought I was late to his birthday dinner. That's why I was speeding. So and I let him. Hey, I'm on my way to birthday dinner. I thought I'm late. I'm supposed to be there at 8.
This is a good move, man. But also, you're right. You did everything you're supposed to.
Yeah,
man.
like I didn't.
You know what? I ain't never seen. Maybe I just missed it. I ain't never seen a story where niggas like, all right, bro, look, bow.
Actually,
I
there
seen
was
it.
that
I ain't
one
seen it.
time. Dude told him he had his concealed carry license.
You shot him?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
with
tried to pull
girlfriend?
out. Yeah,
With
he tried to
girlfriend?
pull out. Yeah, she had it on Facebook.
I can't remember how that
Yeah.
happened.
Oh.
He got shot.
y'all
No,
talking about-
no. He drove off. That nigga drove off, didn't he?
No, his girlfriend filled on
Am
Facebook
I
Live. He
tripping?
was
Orlando Castile? No, that's not.
I can't
That's
remember the
wrong
name.
one.
Orlando?
Orlando Castile? No.
I feel like it's
Maybe
Orlando.
wrong. His daughter was in the back seat too, so like Paisley.
saw- he was
a
sit
lunch
down-
guy,
Paisley
yeah. He
sit
worked at
back there,
school?
You got your wife right here, like put yourself in that shoe. Like,
Hey, Paisley the
why
Black.
am I dangerous right now?
Yeah.
And why am I being shot to death after complying? Come on, bro.
But
PTSD.
Hey, but
Yeah, I agree with the
you
PTSD part.
you got dirty cops not doing what they need to do. I can tell you for a fact right now, you got shiesty dudes in the military. Some of the worst people I ever met from the military. But that's another
real?
story,
That's that heat.
bro.
Do you think? Oh, speaking of that, I got a good question for that.
Hold on.
ahead,
So, but law enforcement, military, but we also have teachers in these schools having sex with these students. There were it was like 2 months ago. There was a special ed school. She giving fentanyl to the special needs kids. Fentanyl,
lit
bro.
in there, lit.
So are we gonna cancel?
chill
Are we
as
gonna
fuck.
cancel all teachers because this one teacher explicitly just doing some dumb crap? Like,
It's the women.
You
teachers.
see
Why
it.
they fucking little boys now. What's up with that?
but you see
Sound like a
you
dream.
see outliers in a lot of different occupations
Yeah.
who are not doing their job. They're being trusted, and they're abusing that trust with their power. You see it everywhere, right? The media is definitely going to handle it to make it seem, I won't say worse than it is, but like I said, with this article, the first thing I read, unarmed black man.
They're good at grabbing, especially black people, because we reactive like that. Like, what? Huh?
Yeah.
What? That's it. And we don't need the rest of the story. What's his name? Where did he get shot at? How many times we shot? We said, I don't need nothing else. Because in our heads, it's always some kind of race thing attached to it, some kind of KKK, deep state. They trying to.
Bro,
eliminate
I'm
all
very
black
independent.
men.
What I think I'm very measure a man by the content of his heart type of dude.
You're a rogue lamb, dog. It's all right.
Bro, that's just how I'm built.
Wild lamb.
Like I take a face value. How you treat me, how you treat others is a direct reflection of you. No matter what your skin color is.
Question.
PBS.
That
Nah,
be- question.
Hey,
black, white, red, or blue. I'm
he's
staying
like,
true.
he's like, all right, MLK.
Yeah.
All right,
That was
Dr.
deep.
King.
Dr. King. See how that ended out.
The fucking mafia smoked him, man.
Him and Malcolm.
See how that ended up.
Hey, the nation smoked Malcolm. We already know
Don't do
that.
that.
It was our own people smoked Malcolm.
Malcolm was like, you know what? Maybe I was pow.
Yeah,
Nah,
hey, I don't know if y'all niggas talking to boo. He shot my man with sawed offs point blank.
Wow.
When the white face in that crowd, nigga. Fuck. Spray my man down on the Apollo stage.
We
man.
both know they never infiltrate and murder people with obvious, this is a white man. He must be connected to the federal government. It never happens like that. It's always a mole. It's always somebody that looks
Hey,
like
Farrakhan, you want him gone? We can help you get him gone. They said the FBI watched the shit. They was like, Farrakhan want him dead? Oh, niggas, we gotta do shit. Farrakhan, my man splayed.
You're not tapped by the FBI for years, and then all of a sudden, when you're murdered by the FBI, when you become like public enemy number one, it's the black people's fault. No, they were infiltrated. They had moles. We all know that it's a price tag for a lot of people's life.
Yeah.
And for the right amount of whatever or freedom, whatever it is, they'll take out their own. We know that.
But we all know Farrakhan didn't like Malcolm X either.
Yeah.
We all know he came back. He came back a different Malcolm, man, and they wouldn't fuck with it because he was gonna take a whole part of that Nation of Islam with him, converted. And they was like, "Hey, Farrakhan want to smoke too. Let's just wait for him to make that fucking pound cake, man."
I don't know.
Nah, man, they talk a lot of rainbow stuff, man. Not gay stuff, but like imagination stuff. You know what? Like it's wild shit, man. I don't want to bring them on here, man. Downplay, I'll come on. Everybody welcome, man.
I didn't forget my question.
Oh, go ahead.
He cold, boy. Hold on to that.
You agree that a lot of people that go, and you just said that it's a lot of wild motherfuckers that's in the military, crazy, all this type of shit. Don't you think that they should be evaluated better? They should have to go through a more strenuous process before they can come back and then automatically jump in the police force? Because one thing I disliked when I was going through the fireman process to become a fireman is that anybody that's ex-military or any of that, they automatically get like a 20-point head start over your score. Like everything that they do, they get 20 extra points. And so a lot of them end up getting the jobs because it's a very competitive in firefighting. And I'm assuming that it's competitive in trying to get in the police force. So
is that normal though? Like you have a better application.
Well, it's not. No. They just get an edge based on having military.
You're saying no matter what they
but
what they mental capabilities
and we talking about dudes. I'm kicking their ass in everything, but it could be it's 6,000 applicants. 20 points could take you from 5,550 to the top 300, and it's thousands of applicants that are way better than you for that job than you are, but just simply because you're ex-military, you get a boost up. In the fire department, it might not be as pertinent to really see and go through all of their past traumas, whatever they've been through, what they did in the service, why they what kind of discharge or whatever. But when we talking about handling civilians with firearms in hostile situations, and then you bring in somebody that's been under attack, possibly under gunfire, seen people been blown to pieces, cut bro. We discussed PTSD earlier.
Yeah,
these people got hairpin triggers because they itching,
especially for the people that's probably fighting against.
Bro, so
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know.
Don't you think that process should be a little more biased when bringing these guys back over? Because they want to handle guns still. Let me become a police officer. Let me become a security guard, private security firm. These are the jobs they go after. So, what do you feel about that?
So I'll answer that I have a few answers for that. One, I find that that's normal. The more experience you have for a job, the better a candidate you'll be. Like, if I have someone with a master's degree over someone with a bachelor's, they probably have an edge up.
Military is not police work.
But it's
police work, military is two different things.
Experience.
That's not firefighter. Experience with guns.
No,
but
dealing
people.
Yeah, but there's also the disciplinary aspect, dealing with civilians, the structure, being able to handle a firearm. Yeah, someone who knows how to shoot compared to someone you got to
60
teach
bullets
from.
in 3 seconds. Yeah, them type. Those kind of
high
guys.
score, bro.
Just
But
Call of
anyway,
Duty.
so with the PTSD, there's no real way to measure PTSD like medically. Yeah. Like that. That's a fact. I know because I know people who literally go through a military career, haven't shot a round outside of the range, haven't seen a lick of combat with like 100% disability. It's easy. You can milk it. Like,
yeah, I know a few people like that.
yeah, like
I know 3.
and you see, bro.
Three
And for people listening, let me clear this up. Just because you're in the military doesn't mean you've been in combat.
Right.
I know people who've deployed overseas 2, 3, 4 times and sat in an AC building on a computer, like chilling, bro.
Far away from the action.
Yeah, like no action, like no action involved in like
Not even
years,
a
like
risk
50
of-
miles. Yeah. Like they get the holidays off, they got Christmas off and shit. Like
No,
but also,
man.
so let's just
y'all in the mud,
yeah. Like
Y'all niggas
let's
off
just
your
be clear.
president,
Not everybody. Same in the police force, right? Not everybody gets out in the field and like chasing drug dealers and all
That's
that,
the problem.
like narcos and stuff.
I bet a lot of them
you know what
cops
I
ain't
mean?
had no action in forever. Like I get to shoot. Shit.
Yeah. So,
rip.
what was that movie with Mark Wahlberg and
Other guys.
other guys?
Yeah. The niggas at the desk all day.
They do the paperwork afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so it's kind of hard to gauge that with them going from military service into law enforcement or fire department. I was actually talking to my wife about this because she says when she screens people with military experience, it actually may put them at disadvantage in some corporate settings because that's all they know. They're one-track minded.
Like robots.
Yeah, robots. So
Train to kill.
Max
Bro.
Payne shit.
And so you put
and
these
that's
robots.
that's another
in
thing.
police
That's another thing.
uniform.
That's another
You're
thing.
not interacting
That's
with
another
regular
thing.
people.
Just because you're in the military don't mean you know how to shoot. All right, we have different badges for how well you shoot. There's expert, sharpshooter, expert,
They send them-
sharpshooter.
But if you can get 60 rounds off, you can hit something.
Hey,
You
look,
can hit something.
how much are you willing to bet that any of those officers had any military background though?
I bet you half of them.
Bro,
at
but
least.
when you talking about you
Yeah, we
only
need to look
20,
that up. That's
we
a
only
good-
20
that is look
meters
that up.
from. I could take my wife to the range, and if 20 meters, the target. Come on, bro. Like you fire 15 rounds, you gonna hit the target at least
How
7,
many
8.
would you have landed?
All of them.
Jesus
Christ.
Oh my god!
This fucking guy, man.
Holy
Jesus
fuck!
Christ.
No, but
All of them. That's enough. That's enough, nigga. No, hold up. Same spot.
R.P. Jalen
Holy,
Walker.
he probably would have
Christ,
saved him.
R.P.
All
Jalen
leg.
Walker,
He meant
man.
all leg
R.P.
shots. He
Jalen
mean
Walker.
all leg shots.
Hey, shit,
But
he
th-
died from them.
So, but the
Armor pissing around?
main thing, if you're going back to that, the main thing is he never put the law enforcement. Again, they are law enforcement. That's what they do. They enforce the law. They did not. He did not put them.
to the tenth of
He
them.
did not put them in any sort of peace of mind. There was nothing about what he was doing that
Them
makes you
niggas
say,
unholstered their guns. They was already off safety. It was ready.
Yeah, like-
Like we finna murder this. In the car, they were on the way to the. As soon as he crashed, bro, we smoking him, bro.
I just wasted
they
a half tank
tasered
of
him,
gas
bro.
on
They
the
got
job.
out.
And nigga said taser shot them on the air. Taser,
Like, they
taser
tasered.
for the
And-
body.
and if you ever been tasered,
I should take you out,
bro,
You been tasered before?
Yeah.
bro,
Shit, off for the fire.
you
gun?
know, hey.
No, in real life.
Hey, hey, if you been tased and you can still move, bro. Hey, this man Captain America or something, bro. We shot 6 tasers at him. He still
I bet I can
moving.
move off a taser.
That's it. Shoot. All right.
Full of that sea moss. Yeah. Do that drop for Jahari right there.
Hell yeah. Hey, buy some sea moss, man.
Boy, gonna
Hit me up in the DMs.
make you feel like you trying to deadlift 700 pounds.
For
after
real?
you-
That shit tighten you up.
bro. That
probably
does
sick
not
of
feel good.
I get
And that's just one. But anyway, to go back to your point. There's no, and correct me if I'm wrong. If someone can pull up evidence of this that I'm wrong, go for it. But I don't see there's a good correlation between the military service, PTSD, and the law enforcement. I do see a correlation between good training / bad training and messed up law enforcement. Take the school shooting, right? That was like they'd spend all their time trying to prevent parents going in, which makes sense, right? If you have an active shooter, that's one thing you want to do. Quarantine, keep people out, right? someone's in the building shooting. Why am I going to bring in more civilians to make things more, confusing? But it's like they just sat there. I heard
just letting it ring in there, just hearing
no.
Bro.
So there was a DPS officer getting his haircut, and his wife texted him telling him what was happening. He grabbed the shotgun from his barber and like went to the school and like went in, and they detained him. Like he told them, my wife's a teacher here. This is what's going on, and they took him out of the building and detained him. Took his
Cuffed him and all that?
Yeah, bro. Like it made no sense. Like y'all spent all this time
His wife make
focusing on trying to keep people out, but there's no active action. You talk about one 18-year-old kid with the like. Yeah, I can't rotate it. I need to see the Netflix documentary on this to see.
Listen, bro. At this point, bro, he done killed several kids. He's in there active shooting. Like all that core team state of. It's time to like really kick the doors down.
No,
we need to save as many lives as we possibly can. Why are we? It's beyond negotiation.
Why don't our schools all have like trained niggas there? Anyway, I'm like one of the most needed to be protected places on the fucking planet. Why the fuck open?
Because
you have ID to get in here?
Because it's always shocking when a school is shot up and kids are killed, but it's not something that happens. Schools are considered like safe spaces. Like, I mean, if you
after Columbine, you would think like niggas capable of doing
when was
shit.
the next one after Columbine?
Oh, you hit me one. I don't know.
You know what
was that? Was it Sandy? What was that? Sandy Oaks?
How many years? But how many years was that?
Had to be known after that.
That was like 2017.
Nah, there was one before that. Some Asian kid in California. Not Asian, but he was like some little weird kid. He shot up some kids.
I was just talking.
Like,
we literally in our generation, like our lifetime, have seen a bunch of crazy shit happen in the world.
And I feel like it's in waves too. I feel like after one thing's happened,
it's a cycle, bro.
When they do our history,
as soon as COVID ended, I said, oh, a nigga's finna finna shoot somebody, bro. Like the Epstein shit, that was you. I'm like, bro, why? That don't get coverage. That shit, the nigga kills himself. Ghislaine Maxwell, none of her shit shown. Like we don't get
killed
nothing,
himself
bro.
in a suicide ward.
It had a broke. They said the strangulation wounds were. I mean, like the hanging wounds. Supposedly he killed himself. They said, nah, somebody choked this nigga, bro. The bone that's broken his neck. Somebody choked the shit out of this nigga, bro. He couldn't do that himself.
I was talking.
I mean,
with
but he was about to give up some names, bro.
He got what he deserved.
I mean, yeah, but not too early. But hold on, bro. We gonna kill him. Hold on. Let me just get the little black book, man. Chris Tucker was in there, your boy. Your boy, look, Chris Tucker. Yeah, I know. You like Friday, right?
When it comes to kids, I don't play
the book.
He was in that black book.
In the book.
It's like a flight log.
Jesus Christ. Oh, the Obamas was too, supposedly.
I ain't vote for him.
Jay-Z and Beyonce was in there, supposedly.
Nah, come on now. Fuck they
not Queen B. I can't stand Beyonce. She overrated.
That might count.
What you looking for?
Hey, Beyonce, she's a great businesswoman. Great businesswoman. I think she's overrated.
Yeah, she's an entertainer, bro.
Sing or what?
You really think she's just gonna put out her business in an album about getting cheated on? That's what the black community can relate to. That's why it was so popular. Come on, bro. When's the last time you heard? When's the last thing you heard about Jay-Z and Beyonce, bro? Think about it. You don't hear about nothing.
Right.
You see Jay-Z at see him at the Nets game with his daughter and stuff, but I'm gonna put out an album. You can only get it off my husband's title.
Everything's a business move with them.
Right, yeah.
Which is smart. I mean, make your money.
They're together because it makes good business sense. Yeah, I'm sure they love each other, but there's no other person for Jay-Z than Beyonce, vice versa. Like, no, they are too upper echelon.
They can't break up and her date somebody else.
No,
that nigga's dead.
Vice versa. Like Jay-Z, who the fuck you gonna get after Beyonce? Like, really? Okay.
Adele go harder than Beyonce.
She's not fucking Beyonce.
She can't dance, but she'll sing that bitch socks off. Nigga.
Unless he grabs Rihanna, which he probably already had Rihanna. But
come on, man.
But unless he does that's the only comparable. Like, I ain't talking about looks. I'm talking about prestige and stature. Like, that's the only woman. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna go bust Oprah up.
I bust Oprah. I wouldn't bust Oprah up.
Christ.
I wouldn't bust Oprah up, man.
How much she worth?
Billions.
I'm busting Oprah up. I don't give a damn.
What she?
Bro, if Oprah wanted to date me, are you serious?
I'm married. I'm married.
45
happily. 2.5 billion.
Why? Listen, man.
Listen.
Wife, you understand, bro. Babe,
we'll
Oprah,
talk about-
Oprah wants the clam licked. I'm going to go and lick
Red
the clam.
carpet.
Bro, whatever. Put a
we'll
fucking
talk
leash
about
on
this when
me.
we
Yeah,
get
whatever,
home.
bro. Whatever. Kissing her old mouth. Kiss her right in her old coffee mouth, nigga. Don't you smell like coffee, nigga. Kiss her right in her fucking mouth, man.
To get on that wheel.
Get in there.
Get on that wheel.
She not dying, bro. She ain't dead yet. She ain't had no health condition.
She got about 5 hearts on standby.
Oprah one of them motherfuckers that drink like adrenaline from the babies and shit. Like, you ever heard about that? Like,
No.
conspiracy
Christ,
shit, man.
yeah.
They say rich people take blood from infants or something. They drink it.
Hey, be careful about any medical. You already know she listening.
Oh fuck, that's impossible. That's fucking impossible. There's no such thing. Oh, you're right. My bad. Fuck it. My bad. Dog.
That baby
Eating
adrenaline,
umbilical
like-
cords. That's what you talking about? Eating umbilical cords?
Nah, somehow the
Love shit.
placenta's healthy. I would
Placenta
never
or
eat
something.
that. I would never. Adrenochrome. He knows.
Jesus.
He knows. He knows. See, look in the shot, little fetus, dog.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. So hey, so we can meet in middle ground though.
No middle ground here. It's no,
Fuck, all right.
it's no fucking.
Don't I mean you gotta know, bro. The cops is fucked up, man. You can't handle them like that, bro. It's a better way to handle bad cops. Now, I mean, there's gonna be some eggs where they just kill motherfuckers. It's not right, but I feel like it's getting. I ain't gonna say it's getting better because I have no evidence, but I mean, just the publicity is getting people not standing for that shit no more.
What's so crazy to me is that people expect civilians to behave in a certain type of way over trained professionals.
No,
that should be acting
bro,
in a
we
certain
agree
type
with
of
you,
way.
but also
Like-
you're not holding none of the people that actually literally got themselves killed accountable. What about them? What about those couple?
Ooh, who you naming?
I mean, I can't. So
Bro,
if a nigga
evading-
robs a bank and he gets shot by the police, which has happened. If a nigga puts somebody, like if he takes a hostage and a black man gets killed, he took a hostage. He put himself in a situation he shouldn't have been in. If you shooting at the cops, you get killed. Like Ronnie King got his ass whooped. I said, well, I mean, my nigga Ronnie was. I mean, that you got paid. I mean, you was wilding out.
He was wilding out.
I mean, stay down, my nigga.
Jesus
What?
Christ.
What?
Rodney King
Bro,
was
I felt a nice thing. Nigga hit me in my back. Oh, the fuck?
Bro, they beat
More?
Rodney King.
You
'cause
done hit me
wanted-
more?
They beat Rodney King because they wanted to beat Rodney King.
Facts.
It was nothing that
But-
he did to deserve
But
to be
imagine
beat.
him not moving anymore. You think they're gonna keep hitting him? We'll never know. Cause the nigga was all floundery on the. Get your stay down,
not
bro.
moving anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
it's you can't.
so
you can't
we go from 6 nice sticks to 60 bullets and they all okay. Like
What's
you know
the
what I mean?
6 nice sticks, nigga? Come on,
Jesus
bro.
Christ,
My
like,
point
all
is
okay.
this.
It's
My
all
point. My
okay.
point
The
is
bullet
this.
shit's over with. That's
My
all-
point is this. Why are we putting ourselves like P said? Why are we putting ourselves into a position to give them that authority and that power to make those type of decisions?
Fuck
to end?
12, man. Right?
They did, bro.
Fuck
There was a lot of time that passed between them trying to pull the man over into shooting him. There wasn't even
crashed into a mom and daughter
There
or
wasn't
something.
even 8 police officers at the time that they got called in. The man just wanted to pull him over. Hey, bro, your lights are out. You might not even know it. Here's your ticket. Here's your warrant or whatever. Go about your day. He still be here. But you want to speed up? Like this ain't Grand Theft Auto, bro.
I'm gonna get my stars down.
The crazy part about this whole conversation is that sometimes people have to eat those words to a full extent, right? So remember that guy we talked about that was pro police.
Why you laughing, bro?
Pro police.
Why you laughing, bro?
The officers, he kind of sound like Killer Mike over here.
Bro, I'm not pro.
And-
I'm
no,
pro
no,
people
no,
doing
no,
their
no,
job
no,
correctly.
no.
Yeah, that's it.
Blue
know.
Lives Matter, all of this stuff.
That was
all-
ironic.
Literally,
There was a lot of irony that day. I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Literally, all his content was defending police officers at the peak of the George Floyd situation. All of this shit, he was going at society with defending police. A black man
Hey,
goes to a gas station, gets stopped by a police officer, shot to death.
Bro, go to Chicago and talk about cops not doing the right thing. People gonna be like, the cops ain't doing enough, nigga. Shoot more of these niggas, bro, because they shooting us, nigga. Bro, Chicago's a war zone. They shooting the fuck out of kids. Nigga. I don't know.
I'm just saying, man, because at the end of the day, despite what your beliefs are,
Yeah.
you have to move as a black man. Any of my friends who have biracial children, right? I tell them, you have to raise your kids to operate as a black man, because when that officer sees him or when they get in any of these situations, they're not gonna say, your kid, all he sees at home is my black dad loves my whatever mom, my white mom loves my black. That's all he knows. So he thinks, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. But when he gets in the real world doesn't function like your household does. Right. So it's important to teach your kids the difference. Yes, this is what it's supposed to be like, but this is how it really is. And so,
no.
I
agree with that.
No, because if things were how they were supposed to be all the time,
we've had this argument
it would not be any need for any laws to be followed. It would not be any need for any law enforcement.
That's partially right, but that's not completely true.
No, you wouldn't need any of that if things were how they were supposed to be in peace and harmony. And how they're supposed to be all the time. You said teaching how things are. And you talking about just in certain aspects. Not like you don't want them. You don't want them oblivious to reality, bro.
You talking about mixed?
That's dangerous.
Okay, yeah,
that's dangerous.
Okay, I don't got.
You will potentially bury your child.
I agree with that.
If you leave them hanging in that way. He can tell his kids every day, hey, man, all officers aren't bad. You can't judge every officer in the police department by a mistake that another one made. There is some out there that really have your best interest at hand. But you need to be aware that there are some that aren't. And that you need to know that potentially as a black man or a black woman, you could be in a situation to where if you make the wrong move, despite what you believe about not all officers being this and not all officers being that, it could cost you your life.
This is growth. This is growth here, man.
No, that's true.
I agree. He could not wait to say something about growth.
Hey, bro, you different now. What?
But he's right.
In a good way, bro. It's a good thing.
So
we talking about the same thing.
My son, he's 10. He goes to a private school.
Of course.
What is it, Friday?
What are we even talking about anymore? Hey, delete all this audio, bro.
My bad. I don't send him to Reagan or Eastside Memorial. My bad. My bad.
Okay. Double down. Okay.
All right. Fuck it.
But
God forbid I send one of them the monkey schools, the Negro schools, on the east side. Yeah, right.
Hey, I can afford. Hey, but if you look at these school shootings, I think it's 95, 97% of them happen at public schools.
How many kids come out of private schools with weird sexual things though?
Wait a minute.
All boys, all girls? I don't know. It's kind of weird.
No, it's not all boys.
I'm sure. My bad.
Anyway,
I don't know.
So there was a situation. I think that was 2020. So I was overseas where he had his hair braided, and a teacher tried to tell us that his hair was out of regulation.
She knew she fucked up too, saying that shit. Typing the email, she knew she was fucked up.
And again, so I'm going through the school. It's called policies and procedures for they wear uniforms and they have to have
You ain't see it.
Yeah. So I'm looking. I'm seeing for the haircut policies, neat, orderly. No weird colors or anything like that. Typical. Just so I'm overseas. So I'm telling my wife what to say to the school. I'm like, hey, based off the policy they have, there's nothing saying that his cornrows are disruptive. Just because that's what they say. It said, it's disruptive to the classroom. Like, there's nothing disruptive about it. It's different because he has a different hairstyle and texture.
Like girls don't braid their hair at the school. What is this? Like people wear braids. Like what is it? It's this weird thing.
I don't know.
But still, it's like cornrows, bro. What's so crazy?
No, and it's not like
But that's been
happening done.
He
make sure he gets a fresh edge up and stuff. But I was saying this is what you need to say, based off the boundaries of what the school expects. Because again, it's a private school. We paying for it, so they have their own rules. They're not.
But if the rule doesn't exist, how are y'all just putting that making up some shit?
Exactly. So
if y'all also explain to me give me the boundaries on what do we cross? Like what we fucked up at? Show me where we fucked up.
That's what I was saying. I was saying it's not disruptive. Like how first of all, they're in fourth grade.
They're freestyling now, nigga.
They're disruptive by nature. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Like his hair's not doing anything. It's orderly. It's kempt. It's and how do you base his hair off of somebody with different hair texture? If Connor over here ain't got a haircut in 4 weeks,
slick back. Fuck y'all don't say to him, man.
Got the grease going.
Yeah, a little grease to the little swoop. Man. What the fuck y'all don't say to Connor, man?
Crazy mullet, something
going
on.
Yeah, some wild shit, man.
Some wild shit.
And we brought it up the chain, and eventually they were like, okay, you're right.
You have to though.
Yeah, but you have to, and that's my wife is Filipino and Chinese. And
For real?
Yeah, you know that?
I knew Filipino.
Yeah, her pops is Chinese, her mom's Filipino.
I didn't know
she migrated over to America in.
Honestly, I don't know
when she
much
was
about the
12.
culture. I didn't think they mixed like that.
What is the major difference in that?
Filipinos like black people. I think they're like jungle Negroes, man.
Jesus Christ.
I think they're black, bro.
She about to be on your ass. No,
Hey, I know she is. No, I know she
Christ,
is.
man.
But I think
I'm about to unmute her
I think
right
they're
now.
I think they're the black. They're the black like Asian of the Asians.
Oh, well, they're Asian. Like
They dance like they fucking break dance. They lit.
the boxer Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
Filipino, right?
I think Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not black.
he's dark though. Like
Not everybody dark is black. Anyway,
he a nigga, man. Just of the Asian.
but no. So
They say
she
Asians-
and I have a lot of conversations about
you don't wanna
culture.
I'm already in trouble.
She and I have a different conversation about culture because one, she migrated here when she was like 11, 12, like was middle school. So certain aspects of Filipino culture, she doesn't consider black. Like for instance, she braided our daughter's hair and took her to daycare. You know, old school daycare, black ladies, you know, from church, whatever. They're like, oh, you know how to braid, you know how to do cornrows.
I mean,
Like, okay.
Jesus Christ.
And my black women, they're not gonna stop
and my
themselves.
wife's like, the hell? Like, because to her, that, like, French braiding cornrows, that's normal in the Philippines. Like, it's not a black thing. It's not a black hairstyle, right? No, but you have to understand, it's not America. Like, she's going to another country.
I mean, slave shit's
So
everywhere, man.
to her, that was I was explaining.
Hey,
hold on, let me do
everybody
this,
do everything. Hey, let me do this.
Slave shit's
That's
everywhere.
growth, man. That's
Oh,
growth.
fuck outta
That was
here,
a growth
man.
moment. That is
man.
fucking growth right there. I'm
P,
proud of you,
I-
man.
Hey, she probably about to text me right now and say, put her on.
Oh, she finna hit me with a paragraph a
She
little
might.
bit, bro. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm just
Another situation. What were we talking? I think it was like okra or chitlins or something that we consider like so. But it's normal. It's a normal dish over in the Philippines.
All right. They eat
Chitlins?
everything, yeah.
Yeah, it's called something different, but it's pretty much the same thing, like pig intestines. And
Yeah, I seen that.
she was saying like, yeah, like why does everyone consider this like a black thing? I'm like, well, because here it is. The history of it, you know, we weren't able to get, you know, the best foods from master's table, so we had to eat what was left over.
Yeah.
But her culture has a different aspect of that because it's a poor country, so they got to eat everything.
We only ate it because we was.
I never
we was
ate
eating it.
Well,
I've
well,
never
to-
tasted
well,
chitlins.
to me,
Chitlins is disgusting. Smells like ass.
well, to me,
It
that's
is ass.
yeah. I fuck chitlins,
But you really like clean shit out of it.
We
too.
eat that, black.
You're like, why would I want to eat
Eat
that?
that,
Right?
right?
Make no sense. Covered in shit.
I feel the same thing about crawfish because it's shit on it.
They roaches, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
They underwater roaches. Y'all eating them hoes like that. Delicacy.
Crawfish gave me the worst food poisoning I ever had.
And bro, no offense, you probably deserved it for eating them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Niggas used to hate lobsters,
How
bro.
rare is this? A table full of black men that don't eat chitlins or crawfish.
We about to get canceled.
Hey man, I think this shit's disgusting, man. That's like it's
I
homeless
put
food,
you on
man.
crab cakes every time we go out. To
And
a
every
nice-
time I eat them, I'm like, this is bug meat though. It's like this is extra large bug meat, bro. If a roach was huge, it should probably be the same shit. Put that bitch in hot water, it probably turn red.
But honestly, about the chitlins in the Philippines, to me, it says that it's just a lot of traces of African existence all over the world, right? Because if you want to talk about tracing like genotypes and shit from way the fuck back, Asians or they whatever like hold on, he had a camera on me, bro.
No, he didn't.
I hope he did. Jesus
Why not
Christ.
do that? No, he
Did
not
you
a
catch
camera.
him do his eyes?
Thank
Oh,
God.
okay.
You told everybody. Oh, holy shit. You right though.
My eyes like that shit. So
I'm in your face, yo.
like, but it just, I don't know. You know how I feel. I feel we were the original man. I think everybody came from.
And it's potential.
I'm
I
a
didn't
black
know.
man.
I told her. I was just explaining to her why here in America that's considered.
Yeah, it's not really an
Part of
insult.
our culture.
It's just like, oh, we don't know it. We didn't know enough. Yeah.
But she was like, I don't. Why is it a black thing that I know
It's
how to
not an
braid
insult.
hair?
She shouldn't take it as a person.
Why is it a black thing that I eat?
It surprised me. I see her bare ass. I know Mike didn't do that shit, man. That shit fresh. No offense, dog. Don't look good.
I can't.
You can braid. You cold. You
Hey,
should
shout
do
out to
somebody's
my
chair.
shout out to my little baby Gianna. I cannot do her hair for nothing.
Can't do
bro.
paisley hair. Nobody. Kanisha get nobody hair.
I locked my daughter hair. She
Smart.
got locked, so
We petitioning it now in the household. We had two
Yeah.
lock babies on the
I
way.
had two lock.
No, we got it. No. Baby and a teenager.
Oh, okay, all right.
Watch
Say
out.
congratulations, man.
Out the game, baby. Out the fucking game.
Wasn't it number 7?
Wow. He's always do that. What, you got 9 kids? And I'm like, bro, hey, what the fuck, man?
Fucking Christ.
Hey, man, I love this conversation, man. See, look, this shows black men can have a conversation without, yelling at
Who
each
said
other,
they
man.
couldn't? You're not sitting at a table with a black man that think we can't. You're not sitting at a table
Maybe,
with a
maybe
black
I'm
man
the
that
guy.
can't.
Maybe I'm the fucking
Yeah,
guy,
maybe
right?
you are.
Maybe I'm so
Maybe
used
you
to
are.
being.
And that's kind of the beautiful thing about it. Everybody has their own experiences. Everybody has their own ideals. My thing is this: we don't have to necessarily agree. We may have 2 different lifestyles and ways of viewing it, but if we can come with mutual respect and acknowledge each other's differences, what more can you ask for than that? Now it's when
cold.
it's when it's no it's
It's
when
like
you
a mic
know
drop. It's
I
like a
mean-
mic drop.
But different backgrounds create different mindsets in people. Period.
Yeah.
So the way you were raised and the way I was raised, I'm pretty sure completely different just based on our conversations today. Simply the way you view it and I view it. You know what I mean?
potentially.
Those differences though create the tension that begins to be like, well, you shouldn't feel like that because you're black, or you should feel exactly how I am because I'm black, or you should feel that passion, that internal burn, the infuriating feeling I get when something like what happened to Jalen Walker happened to him. I'm not trying to hear all of these things leading up to it when I see an unarmed black man shot to death with 60 shots. Like, it has to be a better way for that to end to me.
I think we all
don't
draw
think
the
I
line
can
at 60. We
justify-
all draw the line at 60.
There's a better way it could have ended,
I
but
don't
there's
think I could
also a
ever
better.
justify that,
There's
bro.
always a
I
better
can-
way it could have
60's a
started
lot.
as well.
He said 60
There's
was
a-
a lot.
there's a
I
better-
don't-
there's a
the
better
math-
way.
The math
wild.
was weird. I
That's
don't know,
fucking wild.
but 60
There's a
lot.
better way it could have ended, but there's also a better way it could have started. You can't take that away from.
Hey, when they yell stop, my name, hey, brother, stop. And that's it for Rogue Lamp. Now I'm playing. Nah, you got it. What you got?
Well, I was also walking away from police officers when they reached for their firearms. I had one hand in the air. I was holding my son's hand,
Yeah.
and the officers both reached for their firearms. I'm on camera saying, "Hey, why are you reaching for your firearms?" My one hand is up in the air on the phone, and I'm holding my son's hand. Walking away, my back is towards you. I'm imposing no immediate threat. Why are you grabbing your firearms?
Bro, again, I'm not,
So, these are situations I've been through. So you're gonna take my life in front of my son today,
Nah, man.
right? That's what's supposed to happen today. I'm supposed to die because I'm walking away from you, right? I'm not. When you tell me to stop, I don't stop because I don't feel I should stop because my first priority is to protect my son. He's crying.
But that's
he's screaming.
that's
He's scaring
the-
him.
that's
I'm
the
holding my
difference.
son's hand.
what you
and I'm
feel,
walking away.
what you feel,
Yeah.
and what the law says.
The law don't
robots.
say.
Hey, let's
kill,
no, check it like this.
walk away.
Let's take
I know
a
the law don't say
different
that.
different aspect. You have your own vehicle, right?
Right.
Like you own your own vehicle. Yeah. You wear a seatbelt?
Oh, I wear a seatbelt. I wear a seatbelt.
Why do you wear a seatbelt?
So I don't fucking
Fly
go through the
through.
windshield. Shit.
But if you feel like you have the right to not wear your seatbelt, is there not a law saying if we catch you not wearing a seatbelt, you get a ticket?
Right.
So how you feel about the seatbelt or not doesn't make a difference in the eyes of the law of you have to wear a seatbelt. Speed limit, right? You got the SRT.
Hey, man.
If you want to push it 120, that's your vehicle, right?
I'm gonna push it
you
120.
You making the payments?
Yeah, fuck y'all, man.
But,
I can't go 120. Man.
but if Texas Sheriff say, hey, you going 60 over the speed limit,
You could count, nigga. That's cool. What's it to you, man? Catch me if you can. And if I get shot running from the cops because I want to be fast and start T, I signed up for it. So, hey, man, thanks for... Hey, man, so thanks again to Josh. Hopefully this is one of our new homes, man. Dex, great job, bro. Good to have you back for episode. You gonna come back, man. Mike.
Paul took my slot, man.
Nah, hey, man.
Paul took my co-host bag,
We all-
man.
Hey, believe all women. That's what he says.
Jesus
Mike,
Christ.
beautiful insight, bro. I hope you changed a lot of people's minds, but I hope you don't get in trouble later too, man.
I'm not here to change nobody's mind. Just getting perspective.
Hey, but you probably did, man. You probably did.
Perspective.
Whether it was negative, positive, I can't say, man, because we laughed at some weird moments. Hopefully, we can edit those out, man.
Nah.
Yeah, dog.
We need all that.
But yeah, man,
Keep it all
Rogue
in.
Lamb. Appreciate everybody listening, man. We out.
La, brah.